Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we are talking about critters.
Woo.
Dad's all torn up and Mom's got like a harpoon sting in her neck and they're getting bigger.
Critters. They bite.
Now for those of you who do not know, Critters came in 1986.
Yes.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. It was directed by a director and it stars some actors.
Yes,
and
it
it was
does.
written by some writers.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say about who was actually in the film.
Yeah, but it did have the mother
Yes.
from E.T.
Did just tell me that because the whole way through I'm like, oh, I know that bird. And
D
she's
is her name.
D.
So hot.
Loves the D.
Loves it.
So I really liked, in terms of the actors, I really liked the kid that was in it. He was
He actually does really good.
by far the best actor in it, I reckon. Even though Billy Zane was in it for like
Billy Zane.
5.5 minutes, but he dies. I'm like, yes, I hate Billy Zane. You can die in every movie. But yeah, I was hoping he'd actually gone on to do other stuff because it's always good going back to these old movies and trying to figure out, or like the young kids in particular, if they've gone on to make awesome movies. The kid hasn't.
No.
He's been in tons of shit as little roles, I think, and nothing much.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing.
So the actual premise of the movie, the Krites or the critters come down to Earth and just start eating stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's still some spaceship from some asteroid
Yeah,
thing.
they're on a prison.
Yeah, oh, is that a prison?
It's a
That's
prison,
right, because
yeah.
the intro bit, yeah. I didn't really listen to the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they steal a ship, and then the guys that run the prison send 2 bounty hunters to catch him.
Yep.
And it's about all the mayhem that goes on Earth.
And the bounty hunters themselves actually don't have faces, which is really cool. So they take on, they look at someone and then they start morphing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So I reckon I'd watched it maybe once when I was like 12. That was it. So this was going back, and the only thing I could remember, as I told you before, is like the bounty hunters. They stood out to me. But everything else I kind of forgot about. So rewatching it, I was all excited. As soon as I saw the bounty hunters right at the start, I'm like, yes, oh, this is going to be so good. It really wasn't. It was alright, but it certainly aged pretty poorly. A lot of the critters themselves, like when they've got, unless they're rolling, when they're actually standing doing things, like they don't get to move very much.
Pure puppets.
Correct,
right?
yeah, and it's just the like limitations of the time, I suppose. But
There's this scene where they're standing on the stairs looking at the people trying to get back into the house, and you can easily tell it's just someone with a puppet coming up, just going.
the teeth, the mouth of them look freaking awesome, and the one bit where the mum's at the window, and the bin sort of falls over, and the red eyes come through.
Yeah,
that
red
was
eyes.
really good. I was like, oh. Yep, this is. I'm actually getting into it now. This is cool.
Yeah.
And then I saw them. I'm like, yeah, not so much. There's the bigger one as well. Like midway through, one of them eats more and gets
That's right,
bigger. So
bigger.
the more they eat, the bigger they get. And he was chasing something, and he walked into the fence or something like that, and it looked so bad. Like it was like ding ding ding. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, 80s, right?
Yes. So what we like to do is try and pick out our little Easter eggs or the bits that didn't make sense in the movie or little gaffes that happen. So you've got a few.
Yeah, look, I did like the way that they actually placed E.T. into it, and one of the critters comes up and looks at it, and it's like, "Are you real? Are you?" real?" and starts eating it, which is really cool. And then right towards the end of the movie, once the house is rebuilt, please watch it. You know what I'm talking about. As the police officer drives away, you can actually see the cast members, the crew members in the window of
And
the car.
the reflection of the window. Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
not the family because they're walking into the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smooth.
What'd you get?
So I had a couple. So the ET was one that I
Yeah,
noticed
yeah.
as well, obviously. But there was a little reference to Ghostbusters as well. So
Oh, there was, yeah.
the dad has the bowling tournament on that night or something like that, and the back of their bowling Guernseys is basically the Ghostbusters logo. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
kind
awesome.
of cool. And then there's a Ghoulies reference, I think, where one of the Kreitz is in the toilet and he has to
toilet?
flick the lid up for that, and
Oh man, Ghoulies.
so
Great
good.
movie.
I actually want to watch that next.
Alright.
There's a few other bits. So there's two big explosions at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it anyway. It's 1986. Come on. So when the house gets blown up at the end, big. It actually looked really cool. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's a massive, awesome explosion for the time. Like, yeah, that was done really well. And then a spaceship takes off with the critters in them, and the ship explodes as it's leaving, falls down, and basically the explosion of the ship is a repeat of the house exploding from a different angle. I'm like,
That is awesome on saving costs. Let's do one explosion, multiple angles, and then we're done.
and then another little bit is when at the end where the house gets rebuilt.
Yep.
Actually, they did really well to not show how, because obviously
They pulled it apart.
They rewound them,
Yeah.
it disintegrating basically for it to be rebuilt. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But there was one bit where some of the frames are going up, and you see this big, like they've obviously got little charges to make stuff happen, and they've just left one in there.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that part. Actually.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And just the last one. So apparently, Critters was written before Gremlins was.
Oh wow.
But Gremlins was released first,
Yep.
and what happened was I think there was some sort of weird stuff happening with the script, so the Critters script had to be rewritten because it was so similar to Gremlins, which was really interesting.
Oh wow. There you go. A little bit of trivia.
So yeah, Critters. I did enjoy it. However, what it really made me want to do is actually watch a few other ones like Gremlins, Ghoulies, and ET more than the Critter
smart.
sequels. Yeah, I like it because of those little references and that old school style of filmmaking. I'm like, yeah, I want to watch the other good stuff now.
Yep. So we're going to be watching some. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming by and checking this one out. We will continue to do these, and if you have any favorite movies that you think we should watch, put it in the comments below, and we'll take a look at it. Thank you.
Bye for now.